It was a chilly October evening, and a group of 5 friends, Emily, Mike, Sarah, Jake, and David, decided to take a break from their mundane city lives and embark on an adventure in the countryside. As they drove down a narrow road lined with twisted trees, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows that seemed to stretch towards them. Suddenly, their car engine spluttered and died. The friends found themselves stranded in front of a decrepit village. They decided to seek help from the village, hoping to find someone who could fix their car. As they entered the village, they couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. The village was eerily silent, with an unsettling aura hanging heavily in the air. The houses seemed to be frozen in time, and the streets were deserted, with no signs of life. Ignoring their instincts, the group pressed on, knocking on doors and calling out for help. After several attempts, an old woman with a hunched back and clouded eyes opened her door. She introduced herself as Agnes and invited the friends inside, offering to help them with their car troubles. While the group waited in Agnes's living room, they noticed peculiar items scattered around. Human bones, jars filled with odd substances, and strange markings on the walls. They felt increasingly uncomfortable, but their desperation to fix the car pushed their fears aside. As the minutes ticked by, Sarah felt a cold breeze against her neck and heard a faint, guttural whisper that chilled her to the bone. She turned to her friends, who also seemed to be hearing the whispers. Panic set in, and they decided they needed to leave immediately. But before they could escape, Agnes returned, her eyes now filled with malevolence. She revealed that the village was cursed and that the friends had unwittingly awoken the spirits of the damned. The whispers they heard were the echoes of those who had perished in the village centuries ago, their souls trapped in eternal torment. Now, the darkness had set its sights on the group, and there was no escape. The friends frantically searched for a way out of the village, but every path seemed to lead them back to where they started. The shadows began to twist and contort, manifesting into sinister creatures that pursued the group relentlessly. In the chaos, Jake was snatched by a shadowy figure, his screams echoing into the night. As they ran, Mike stumbled upon an old journal in one of the abandoned houses. It detailed a dark ritual that could banish the evil, but it required a human sacrifice. The friends were torn, knowing that one of them would have to die to save the others. But time was running out, and the darkness was closing in. Desperate to save her friends, Emily volunteered to be the sacrifice. The group hastily performed the ritual, hoping to banish the evil once and for all. But as Emily's life drained away, they realized too late that the journal was a trap, meant to lure them deeper into the darkness. One by one, the friends fell to the malevolent forces that haunted the village. The darkness swallowed them whole, their screams joining the echoes of the damned. The village remained cursed, waiting for its next victims to stumble upon it, trapping more souls in its eternal nightmare. And as the sun rose on another day, the whispers of the damned continued, their cries echoing through the haunted village, forever lost in the shadows. Months went by, and the haunted village lay dormant, its secrets shrouded in darkness. But the insatiable appetite of the sinister forces lurking in the shadows would not remain satisfied for long. On a foggy evening, another group of friends, led by a thrill-seeker named Derek, ventured into the countryside in search of the haunted village. They had heard the terrifying stories of the previous group who had vanished without a trace, and they wanted to uncover the truth. Armed with cameras and flashlights, the new group entered the village, ignorant of the horrors that awaited them. As they explored, the friends found evidence of the previous group's desperate struggle. Hastily scrawled messages warning of the dangers lurking in the shadows and remnants of the dark ritual that had claimed Emily's life. The chilling discoveries only fueled their curiosity, and they decided to spend the night in the village, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural on film. As darkness fell, the sinister forces that dwelled within the village began to stir. The whispers of the damned grew louder, filling the air with a cacophony of tormented cries. One by one, the new group of friends succumbed to the darkness, their minds fractured by the overwhelming terror that surrounded them. Derek, the last one standing, stumbled upon the journal that had led the previous group to their doom. As he leafed through the pages, he found a hidden message that revealed the true nature of the ritual. The sacrifice had not been meant to banish the evil, but rather to feed it, strengthening its hold on the village. Realizing the horrifying truth, Derek made a desperate decision. He set fire to the village, hoping to destroy the darkness once and for all. The flames quickly consumed the abandoned houses, filling the night with a hellish glow. But as the fire raged, the shadows grew stronger, their sinister laughter echoing through the inferno. Derek succumbed to the flames, his screams joining the chorus of the damned. The fire burned throughout the night, but as the first light of dawn crept over the horizon, the village remained. The darkness had been fed, and its power had grown stronger than ever before. And so, the haunted village continued to stand, a monument to the unspeakable horrors that lurked within its shadows. The echoes of the damned called out to the living, waiting to lure more unsuspecting souls into their eternal nightmare. And as the cycle of darkness continued, the whispers of the damned echoed on, forever haunting the cursed village.